Hit you with no delaying, yo. So what you saying, yo? Silly with my 9 milli, what the dilly, yo? When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. Wild up in this club like we wild in the studio. Oh. You don't want to violate, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main nigga named Julio, he moody, yo. Type of nigga that'll slap you with the Tulio, bitch nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. Fuck that like at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she shake it make me wanna get up all in the booty, yo, 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 yo.
Tapping mistresses, banging bitches in the videos. Wildin' with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Go ahead. Hit you with that shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all you niggas in wet clothes. Styling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you fucking with the lyrical player pros. Do you really want to party with me? Let me see if what you got for me. Put your hands where my eyes can see. Buckwallin is the place to be.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Jaded XD. I am your host XD, aka make sure you eat fiber. It's really important.
Oh. I'm Jade, aka Waffle House. Cause today
Jade made Waffle House.
I made Waffle House today, nigga. I was so pleased. I got my waffle iron with the small holes. It's cast iron, so you have to flip it on the stove. And, you know, I made buttermilk waffles, but with the small holes. So, you know, it was just, they were fluffy yet crispy on the outside because of the cast iron. They were perfect. Then I put that butter on it, and it melted immediately in every section. And then I warmed up my syrup. And I poured that all over my waffle. But see, I warmed up my syrup in the pan in which I cooked my sausage. So I wiped it out for the most part, but it had a smidgen of the sausage oil. And then I added my pancake, my maple syrup to it, and poured it all over my waffle. A delightful treat.
It doesn't matter what time I leave in the morning or what time I get done in the evening. I can come to a Waffle House.
You know what I really like about it? When I end up in the doghouse, I can always come to Waffle House and get something to eat.
Yes. Then I made me a hash brown and an over medium egg and a piece of chorizo.
Wow. That is a very fantabulous breakfast you made for yourself.
Right? Because usually I don't eat at all during the day. And I was like, I want some waffles. Nobody's here, and I'm going to make me a breakfast. So I did. We have a full day.
That's real. I'm on a diet. So, you know, the cool thing about being on a diet is, well, yeah, I like vegetables, and the only thing you just can't eat is sugar and bread and shit. So I'm like, well, nigga, I'm going to have chicken for breakfast. So I had chicken wings and kale salad.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of kale salad? What was in it?
Kale, cherry tomatoes, well, the chicken wings but you know, chicken wings, and light Caesar dressing.
Oh, you had a very simple lunch. Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, the more things you add, more calories. The doll's calorie counting, so it's kind of like, you know, fewer simple, tasty ingredients, the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, and I'm on like Whole30 kind of thing, kind of, not with the salad dressing, but it's like, because I talked about this on the show and I told you, like, when I eat cheese I break out. And so, you know, I've been trying to figure out like what else is bothering me internally, because it shows up on your face. And, you know, since we're on camera every day, like we can't, you know, we can't have that. So it's like, you know, let's fix this visage.
I mean, it looks
and all
fine
that
to
good
me,
stuff.
but you know yourself, royalty.
Oh yeah, you know, it's vanity.
It's always vanity with you.
It's vanity. You know, a part of me thinks that like how much of a little of the Kool-Aid in LA I've drunk or I have drank
Are
or
you-
drunken.
Friend.
Well, keep in mind I'm already Californian, so it's like
Right, I was like,
you
you've been
know,
vain, but I mean,
Yeah.
it did zhuzh up a level.
It did. It did. It went up a couple notches.
Oh yeah,
but,
this
you
nigga
know,
said, "I'm going to get my face done." I said, "Like who?"
I did.
I mean, I love. I figured you and Chris Rogers were intimate, but I just didn't know that. You know, I was going to hear
Oh
about the
Jesus.
specifics. And it's like, no, I'm getting my face done. Done
Yeah.
what? done what? Done what? What was it? But it's fine.
There
It's
are some days I can notice it, and there's other days I can't. Like but it also depends on my weight, because I fluctuate a lot in my
too.
face when it comes to weight.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, when I'm like really dying and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's where the fillers are. Got it. But like, I don't have as many like dark circles and shit
Okay.
and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
I did. So, you know, it's exciting. But how was your week?
Busy, nigga. It was very busy. It's been busy. It's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and you guys, you know, we'll see as everything comes each week. But it's just been a lot of work and preparing for that. It's been cool though. No complaints. How's your week been?
Busy, man. I have a project coming out in like less than a month that I haven't started. I'm lying. I started. I just have a way more work to do than I
Anticipated.
And you know, like you know, you're a creative, so like when you get them briefs and like the things that you have to do to appease the people that pay you, and it's like I gotta make sure this is A1 so it gets approved, so I don't have to go back and do this shit again. You know,
Yes.
it's a lot of pressure, but
Yes. Yes.
it's you know, but I'm dealing, but it's been busy.
Yes,
You know,
it's just been a busy week, nigga. That's all.
yeah, I'm not gonna like complain because I asked for this, you know.
That's it, honey. Know thyself,
asked for
queen.
this. Yeah, I asked God a long time to give me an easy life, stress-free life, and so I'm not necessarily stressed. I'm just like, I just got a lot of stuff to do that I got to do, and so it's just like just hunker down and do it. And also in the midst of trying to find a place to live,
Yes.
is not it is a hassle. Because let me tell you something. I'm about to move to like, I don't know, Florida, because
Because I was wondering what happened with the.
no, here's the thing. You know, one of my favorite pastimes is to, you know, sit under the high grade willow tree and go on Zillow. And I randomly like, you know, what's going on in Biloxi, or, you know, what's luxury giving in like Bucatana? You know what I mean? In Mississippi, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just interested, you know, like what's
You're part of
what's
the
the high
problem.
rise giving in like Sioux, North Dakota? You feel me?
You're part
So,
of the problem,
I'll-
friend. You're not
I'm
supposed
just
to be
looking.
searching exactly, but Zillow been compiling all that information, and then these niggas have been raising the prices in the areas that people are looking. They've been targeting Zillow.
So how do you suggest I find an apartment?
Oh no! You got to do that because you're actually looking for an apartment. You know, sometimes you ain't got no choice.
Yeah,
That's the
because
society we live
Craigslist
in.
is
Oh no, that's ghetto.
Craigslist is yeah.
Nigga, Craigslist
um,
in New York. Well, I did find one apartment one time, one reputable apartment on Craigslist. Outside of that, Craigslist be like, I have a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom apartment in the East Village for $1,200 a month. I just need a trustworthy person to take over it. I work on an oil rig on a ship in Nigeria, and
Yeah.
and you be like, wait a minute. I love seeing those
Yeah.
posts. They're incredible, actually.
They almost got me when last summer when they were when I was trying to find an apartment in New York. There was this apartment of these white, and it was almost convincing because they FaceTimed me and they showed me like the unit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one of those brand new like modern units. Like,
Yeah.
I would have given in like a housing lottery, but it was really big. But they were only subletting it for a year for like $1,500. So I'm like, what's the catch? And they wanted like for like ability to come to and fro anytime they wanted and shit like that.
No.
I was like, absolutely not.
That's not that no, them other ones be whole scams though. Them apartments don't even exist. But that right there, that's obscene. What makes you think that I want to rent an apartment in which you can just come in and out at happenstance whenever you feel like it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So, I haven't done this in a while. When we talked about Craigslist, I was like, oh, I forgot they have misconnections on there.
Oh.
So, you were at Walmart on Washington Boulevard. After we were in the men's clothing, talked and things, were both chill and comfortable. You asked to continue talking in the restroom. I noticed your underwear. Asked you about them. You're awesome, bro.
They're
Chill in
hands.
good company. How often are you there? Nigga, it's Walmart.
It's Walmart. Nigga. I had to I needed soap.
Mm-hmm.
I needed soap.
This is interesting.
Okay, what else is there?
Belly buttons in Palmdale. I'm looking for a woman who likes having her tummy and belly button played with. Be in the Palmdale or Lancaster area. If you're into this or curious about trying it for the first time, message me with any questions you might have.
So I wonder how that go. Is it like when Noah grabbed my belly and she was like, "It's happy, it's sad."
No, I
so
feel like
aggravated.
maybe, you know, he like sticks the tip in it. I don't know. Like, I don't.
You want to put your dick in my belly button?
Hey, any goal is a hole, or every hole is a goal. I don't know.
No. And I have any, but I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna ask Tristan to stick his dick in my belly button I just want to see. I just want to see what the appeal is. I'm just trying. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball.
And he'd probably be with it too.
Yeah.
Niggas don't care.
Look,
They'd be
need
like,
you-
oh, okay.
I have a
cool.
weird request, and don't ask any questions. Can you stick your dick in my belly button?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I should text.
What happens if you have an Audi? They play with it like a clit.
I don't know. Then yeah, like maybe, you know, if your nigga got an Audi, you gotta ride it. I don't know.
And if you got any Audi, it's like a verse belly button.
Yeah, like if you got like, I don't know, if your nigga got an Audi, and like maybe y'all could scissor at that point. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Or one has an Audi, one has an, and you could do like have belly button sex. We are children.
Big time.
Oh man.
So please,
Oh.
go sign up for Patreon, $7 holla, where we do unfiltered things.
Yeah.
Yes, we do TV recaps, but
no,
it's so
we do
much
not
more
fuck
than that.
with belly buttons on Patreon. Let me
No,
fuck on
we
your
don't.
belly button.
For a cotton picking
For a
minute.
cotton picking minute. Hey, nigga, come fuck on my belly button for a cotton picking minute. He gonna be like, get the fuck away from me.
Right. Hey, kitty nigga.
Hey, kitty nigga, let me see your trigger. Put in my belly button. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Blame it on the button. Exactly.
You
yeah,
can
$7
push my
holla on
buttons,
Patreon.
babe.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Because now I'm imagining, I'm sure there's like belly button porn out there.
I'm not gonna look that up.
I bet you, because
I'm
there's
not doing
tickling porn. There's tickling porn, I can tell you that.
I'm good. Like
Yeah,
they just
but
get off
I'm
on
sure there's
people get
belly
off on
button
watching
porn.
people tickle each other, or like they tickle and then
No,
they fuck.
like
Like what is that? What does that entail?
like they're fuck and like they have like at the point of climax they tickle and it like intensifies or something like that. Like it's a whole we should watch, it's a documentary on HBO and there's like tickling competitions, but they talk about the sexual aspect of the tickling.
Oh, let's
So there's
watch
people
that.
who be going to Vegas and they just be getting tickled. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you what the worst thing is: getting tickled by a kid, because
It hurts.
it hurts. Their little creepy babies all hands are like not gentle.
Yeah.
like you're accosting me. You're accosting me.
Yeah.
That doesn't
This
tickle
is
the
violence.
kid. Like you are stabbing me right now. They'd be like, little Michael Myers. Get out of here, little Freddy Krueger.
Right.
Oh God.
Child.
Did you see that child who was in love with Michael Myers on the internet?
I did. It's
Like Michael Myers,
again,
Michael
creepy.
Myers, I love you.
creepy kids. Creepy
We'll
niggas
talk
is-
about it.
Yeah, bad vibes. But yeah, Patreon, $7 holla. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We do stuff there too. And always tell your friends, post it on social media everywhere, that we are not just on Spotify. People are still just finding out, even though we've been off of Spotify for a couple months.
Right.
Yeah, my civil rights. But yeah, tell a friend that, you know, we've been back and we're continuing to be everywhere in more places if we can be. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it, nigga.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we should tell them about Ready to Love, right? So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna watch Ready to Love together,
Mm-hmm.
just Jade and I.
Yeah.
And we're going to record it. And we don't know if it's going to be on the main show or on YouTube or on Patreon. We're going to see how it goes.
I know somebody on the cast.
Really?
I didn't know she was going to be on the cast until I saw her post that she was on the cast. And so I sent her a message. I was like, bitch, me and XT covering this. I was like, I didn't watch it yet. I didn't know you was on it. And she's like, oh my God. Oh, that's what I said. I said, we covering this. She goes, you and XD. I said, yes, ma'am. No, I love her though. I love her. I'm not going to say who it is. Should I say who it is?
No.
I'm not gonna
Wait
say it
until
yet.
we do it.
Yeah, I'll say it when we do it.
Yeah.
That was fun. though.
Okay. Well, that's fair. But yeah, we have some stuff to cover, stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about internet shit today.
Yeah.
But we'll be back after these messages. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Good health starts with good habits, and Quip makes it easy by delivering all the oral care essentials you need to care for your mouth. Now, the Quip electric toothbrush is loved by over 7 million mouths, and me included, and has timed sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide a dentist recommended 2-minute clean, because I know a lot of people are missing out. A lightweight and sleek design for adults and kids with no wires or bulky charger to weigh you down. A multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter, thank goodness, and a range of sleek metal hues including best-selling all black and all pink, as well as bright plastic colors, sure to make a pop to your bathroom counter.
So if you go to getquip.com/JXD right now, you'll get your first refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/JXD. GETQUIP.com/JXD. Quip, the good habits company.
And we're black. So Chris Rogers had an idea for us, which is so interesting. Because I talk about it a lot, but they have a lot of like question things on TikTok.
Okay.
And so stuff that we can answer, because I don't know how to operate TikTok.
Oh, okay. I feel like you know it better than me.
I know how to watch it. I don't know how to do, like, I know how to post, like, you know, like you would post on Instagram. Like, I know how to do that. But, like, how they do edit and they do, like, the stitch thing and, like, the green screen and all that rigmarole, I don't know how to do that.
No, it does. Oh.
Well, yeah, that's because she's of the TikTok generation.
Okay. Now let me see if I can edit it. Wait, how does that? Where did it go?
Jada's
Wait, I didn't record
TikTok.
it. That's so fucking.
See?
That's so dumb. Discard the
See,
last
exactly.
clip. Okay, hold on. Let me do this again. Okay, stop. Okay. Hammer time. All right, now add sound. Oh wait, see, this is dumb. So how do you add sound to it? Are you supposed to add discard? Start over. Okay, wait. All right, you add the sound first. Oh. Okay, so whoa, no, hell, no. Oh. Okay. All right, let's see. Give me a sound to search for.
So let me. I don't know. You know, they have like
Waka Flocka.
they have like themes. So like when I was on the Discover part of TikTok, they had like a whole banner dedicated to Careless Whisper by George Michael. Mm-hmm. I was like, why are the kids dancing to Careless Whisper by George Michael? I mean, I'm not mad at it, but why?
Oh, I put my beauty mode on. Okay, the filters. Oh, vitality. Oh, okay. And then let's see. And then I put Waka Flocka hard in the paint, and let's see here. Okay, all right.
Jade is making a TikTok while we're recording.
I'm trying to. This is a failure.
So let me ask some of the things, like trending things on TikTok. So what's one of the creepiest things a kid has ever said to you?
Oh, Noah.
Whichever. Kids have said weird shit to me all the fucking time, but
I
go
wonder-
ahead.
I think she was like maybe 2.5. And I don't remember what we were all doing. I don't remember what we were doing. But Tristan was like, come here. And so I was like, what's up? He goes, Noah, what'd you just say? And she turns and she said, I knew you before. And I said, what? He goes, see? And I said, what did you say, Cookie? And she said, I knew you before. And I said, What do you mean? And she's like, I don't know. And she goes back to like kid shit, but it was like,
Really? I mean, I believe it.
No,
Like,
nigga,
No, I mean, like, not the story, but I mean, I believe she's been here before. Like, I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like y'all knew each other.
Oh yeah, she was my mother or
Yeah,
something.
she's way too adult. As you know what I mean.
We call her Stewie. Me and Tristan be calling her Stewie because we be like, she's like a grown British person, and then she has these super baby kid moments. Or like the other day when she ran in here, I was on the phone with Dustin, and she's like, "Mommy, do you want to hear a song?" I was like, "What?" She fell in love with an Irishman.
What?
She fell in love with an Irishman. She said something with an Englishman. And me and Dustin fell the fuck out. We were like, Dustin was like, Jay. I saw him, nigga. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I know this bitch knew what Irish nigga. I don't know So I was like, what you, bitch, just been one of your lifetimes in the countryside? Like,
Yes.
yes. So, and that's why I
Yes.
love that other people always witness this, because I'm like, I can't make this up. What's the creepiest thing a kid's ever said to you?
Oh, I've talked about this before, but it's not like creepy, but it's like when I used to be when I was in college, one of my career paths was to be a teacher. And
Okay.
so part of it was me having to do like external work at a school. So one like semester I was an instructional aide at at Bridgeport Academy in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So
Original.
they it was, if you never heard of Bridgeport is very intercity. Like it's like you think Connecticut, oh, it's really white. No, it's the complete antithesis
No.
of that.
It's
It
industrial
is
and deserted.
hellfire and brimstone
Right? I was like,
with
nothingness.
oddly good pizza. But
And
Connecticut pizza-
sandwiches. Connecticut pizza
Yes.
is oddly delicious.
because it's it's pizza, but it's not pizza.
They also have good grinders too.
Yeah, they do. So, I hope you know they're not in jail, but you know, so there was a little kid who was, let's just say, he went downstairs to get some milk and cookies. You know what I mean? Like he was a little like, you know, soft and pink. And mind you, this was the 4th grade that I was looking at. So there, you know, let's call a little boy Jimmy. So Jimmy was a little sassy. Now, I understood Jimmy because, you know, clearly Jimmy was going to be on like season 17 of Drag Race. So it was this kind of like, you know, only a matter of time. So I understood where it was coming from.
We see each other.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just another girl on the IRT. When you see somebody, you know.
Yeah. It's
So-
not, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So the other problem was there's these other black boys who were just trying to mind, you know, the boys, you know, trying to exert their masculinity in the 4th grade and all that good stuff. Now, little Jimmy used to troll the boys because clearly he would either like them or just wanted to be accepted by them. Okay. The thing was, they weren't mean to him,
Okay.
to Jimmy, the other boys. They would crack jokes on each other, but, you know, it wasn't anything like
Wasn't
they're
malicious.
calling him nothing malicious, because I've heard them call other people malicious things that I'd be like, I know you heard this from your daddy or your mama, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So one day, and I told the story before, like that we were in art class, and so one of the little kids named Wallace, I'm sure he doesn't go by that now. I'm sure he goes by like, you know, like
Like he's
Q
spelled
or
Wall dash E dash Z Walees or
Wally, yeah, Marcus T. Polk. I don't know what he goes by now. So
not Miles.
yeah. I don't know what he goes by now. But anywho, they were in art class, and so they had to make a stereo box. And so, everybody's like, whatever. So Wallace makes, a box. I'll describe his in a second. But little Jimmy made, Jimmy made like, again, something to prepare them to be on Drag Race season 17, because I know it's coming. So it was very much a Drag Race challenge. Like, it was glitter, rainbows, and shit. I was like, oh, okay, you you played into the stereotype. Go ahead, queen.
No.
So Wallace, so they had to present. Now, Wallace was very funny and very smart, but there was something very dark inside of him. Like, he was very angry.
Okay.
Which is weird because he didn't have any silver teeth. So he gets and presents.
They miss.
Yeah, I know. So he had really great teeth, actually. And so like he got it presented, and he said his stereo was Wallace O's, and each of the O's were like saws, like ring saws, and so like, and the milk would turn red because it'd be like bloody. Now, right. So the teacher and I are like, oh, this isn't okay.
So are you about to?
So the Jimmy decides to come out, his, her, they, them face, and was like, whatever, miss, that is ugly. Cereals don't look like that. Like, it went on. And so Wallace was didn't respond at first. Wallace just kind of looked at him like,
oh, Lord.
All right, nigga, I'll let you talk. All right, I'm going to let you talk. All right. Jimmy would not stop. So then Wallace says, okay, all this jokes, but it won't be funny when I slip your throat.
Okay.
And it's like,
add a little sugar.
what I tell you, everybody had that, like, that Mr. Krabs meme, like, what's going on? Like,
Wallace has the makings of a serial killer. These
or he too
are
could
the
be on Drag Race.
makings
You never
of-
know.
Also, perhaps also as well. And then he'll come back
also.
on All Stars with a redemption story.
Yeah.
I wasn't mean. I was just hurt. So
Yeah.
that is disturbing. That is disturbing.
Yeah.
I want
He's
you
the
to
one
cut
that
your
called-
mouth up and bleed into the milk.
Yeah. He's the one that called the other boy Third World Ugly.
Oh, yes. I knew I heard Wallace's name before.
Yes. Oh, going to be a major chapter in my book one day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. I was just talking about my memoir the other day. It's going to be great. It's going to be
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Wait, not Wallace. Make your own milk,
OFATB.
bitch. Not your...
OFATB.
What a demon. Okay.
Yeah. Like, and you can't, like, what do you say to kids like that? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you send them straight to a child psychologist and stuff, but in that moment, it's kind of like, because a part of me was like, well, the adult me is like, this is disturbing, there's some anger issues the child needs to deal with, and that's inappropriate behavior. Then the other part of me was like, well, if this bitch didn't talk, we wouldn't have gotten to this mess. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be talking about slitting throats and shit. We would just dealt with the anger issue I could deal with saws and bloody milk and shit, but because now you want to, be all, conflicted, and you got to put that on other people. Wallace was just minding his black ass business. And here come Valentina. Like,
Young Roxy over here.
yeah, because Jimmy was Puerto Rican. And so, yeah, and so just, and yeah.
Woo, shit. Okay, all right. What else do they have on this topic? 'Cause I'm about to
Kids
ask you
be
what
saying
Wallace's
wild
last name
shit.
is so I can go look him up, see where he is in the system.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It was Wallace
remember.
in the library with a hatchet.
He was in there with Colonel Mustard.
Ooh, a demon child.
Okay, I'll flip it. What's the creepy childhood experience that you had?
Oh my God. I don't know if I ever told you this. So I spent the night at my homegirl's house. And so I stayed in their guest room. It was like I didn't even stay in her room. I stayed in their guest room, which I think was her grandmother's older room. But her grandmother didn't pass. I think she just went back to the islands. So I'm sleeping, and then I woke up in the middle of the night. This is so crazy. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I could not move. Like I was stuck. My legs were stuck. Like somebody was literally holding them down. And I'm panicking, and I can't say anything. Like I can't like yell for anybody to come into the room or anything. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And it was like somebody was holding my legs down, and then all of a sudden it's like somebody released them and left me alone.
That's
shit
like
was
sleep paralysis.
Well, I ain't never had it happen.
Have you ever
again.
experienced? Oh,
It ain't never happened
Oh.
before or after that, nigga. So I think there was something going on.
well, true. Sleep paralysis is a motherfucker. I get it. I haven't had it in a while, but when I used to live in Brooklyn, I would get it often. But I used to think that that house was haunted that I lived in.
I'm just saying.
because there'd be moments where, like, you know, yeah, I have clothes around my house, but like dirt and like nastiness and shit like that, no, like I don't do smells, I don't do any of that. So a couple of times, like, you know, the stench of death, like you smell, like it's like a thing. There'd be moments where I'd be like, maybe it's like a dead mouse or something underneath my bed or whatever, but it would just smell like death in like this one particular area in my room, like just randomly. But it would also be weird because when that would happen, somebody at work would have passed on.
Oh shit!
Right.
Every time somebody passed from work.
I don't want to say every time, but more often than not, when I started paying attention and like doing the correlation, I was like, you know, because I smelled it around when I told you my client Lewis had died.
I remember.
I smelled it another time, and I didn't even work with them at that point. But when I talked to my old manager about a couple days later, she was like, "Oh, you know, so and so passed away," and I'm like, "That's real creepy." Also, when I was a kid, and I still see him, like, that I used to tell my grandmother. My grandmother still does. She keeps these weird ass clowns. Like she collects clowns, and I think this is part of the reason why I don't like clowns today.
Wait, what?
But
hold on. Wait. She collects clowns and what? Like how?
Like little ceramic,
Little figurines and shit.
I have pictures actually. I can
Okay.
send them to you when
Yeah,
I
let me
was
see.
last home. But they're like little figurines. She has a curio because, you know, all black people got a curio.
Yeah.
And so, and they're a display. They've always been like that ever as when they lived, like since the 80s. It's been like that. Like, you know, she collects things.
Okay.
So like, I swear them shits would follow me wherever I went. The weird thing about it was there was also like this. I used to see a man in the house often, but it was just like an effigy, like a shadow. But he would always like play with the clowns. Like he would there would be times where like the curio closet would open and my grandmother would like, "Did you open this?" I'm like, "No, you know I don't like that." So, because none of us do. None of the grandkids, that we all hate them. We would all buy them for her as gifts because, you know, it's your grandmother. That's what you want to do. But, ew, grody to the modi. Them shits were weird.
Did I tell you about my niece the other week? So when they had to go to Atlanta for the hurricane.
Oh, I'm sorry. I done found the black one she collected.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
about
let
to
me
send it
see.
to you right now.
when they had to go to Atlanta for the hurricane for a while, my people were bringing stuff to their Airbnb, food and toys for her and stuff like that, stuff for the baby because Paige was about to have the baby. So somebody brings her a doll, and when the lady leaves, my niece turns to my mom. She calls my mom Boo Boo. Did I ever tell you that? She calls her Boo Boo because my dad calls my mom Boo. So she'll be like, Boo Boo, ever since she was little. So now it's Boo Boo. She's like, I don't care what you said your grandmother name is. It's Boo Boo. So, so she was like, Boo Boo, how come grown-ups buy creepy stuff for kids? And it was that doll.
See?
And she's 5. And when I tell you, when she don't like something,
Kids
she is
know.
vocal. My mom had one of those, everybody knows those monkeys. They're furry and they hang. And some people's, like, you can press the belly and it
monkey.
laughs. Yeah, and the hands are Velcro and you can hang it from
Oh
wherever.
yeah, a monkey
something
chi.
stupid.
These nigglets I'm related to had them ugly
Yeah,
shits too.
you know, some people hang it from their car seats. Some people hang it from shit in their
Yeah.
house. They're just ugly. So my mom had a
Yeah.
pink one for whatever reason in her guest room on the mirror. And so finally one day Charlie comes in and she's like, she was going to sleep in there. She was going to bed and she goes, Boo Boo, can you put that in the attic? Mind you, she ain't never seen the attic in her life. And my mom busts out laughing. She's like, what you know about an attic? She goes, I know creepy stuff goes in it. She said, it creeps me out, Boo Boo. She hates
Valid.
She hates stuff. And so she does not like dolls and figurines and things like that. Oh, wait, did you send me the
She
thing?
and I get around. I did. She and I get along just fine. I don't like
What?
stuff.
Okay, wait, no.
Oh, I purposely took pictures of those.
What are these racist clowns? Wait a minute. Why your grandma got them things that Kara from Finance had tattooed on her leg?
Yeah,
Oh my god. Oh my god, what are these?
because she has like.
Oh my god,
Because
what's
she
that?
talk.
The basketball one. Oh no. Oh, I would be frightened. Wait a minute.
I told you, these shits are fucking weird.
Oh my god.
They're so weird. You will not sleep on tonight. I told you. And granted, what used to kill me is.
Wait, oh my god. What is this notice? What is this hear ye nigga notice in front of this homeless clown? What is this? I'm gonna look at. Oh my god. Oh, what is this? Oh my god. Your grandma has like an ofrenda clown.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, you all don't understand how many clowns are on. You don't understand how many are here. Oh, my stomach. Oh.
Go to Patreon, you'll be able to see.
Oh my god. The servant's reward. Wait, okay, hold on. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, wait. I have to
One
write
day,
this.
when you are in heaven, someone will come up to you and thank you for the way you touched their life with hope and encouragement. The person's word will take you by surprise. Soon another person will seek you out, and then another and another. As you listen to each one's story, you will begin to discover all the ways that God used your life when you were completely unaware of it. You will find that it was not only through the big things you did, but also through the small things. Through a spoken word that was not planned, a spontaneous act of kindness, a loving attitude, or a simple prayer of concern. To your joy, you will discover that in all these ways and more, God used you to deposit an eternal measure of his love into many needy hearts.
Oh.
By Roy something L. Yeah. But it's sitting behind and it's sitting in front of a homeless white clown. Clown. Big clown. Whole clown, half a clown, quarter clown. Hey.
Ooh. Wow. Oh my God. I'm not laughing at your grandma. I am laughing.
No, that shit is weird. Like, listen, we've all said their shits are weird and creepy.
There's so many. There's so
My mother back in the day, she stopped, but she used to collect precious moments.
Oh
stuff.
no.
Jada's down.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm not good right now. I'm not good. Oh my God, I'm not good. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wow. Oh God.
Let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Oh, we're back.
Ooh, barely.
Talking about clowns, apparently. So moving on.
The last picture. Wait, she's got a gay homeless clown on here. Oh, I didn't see the gay homeless one. He's doing this. He's doing this with a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. Pose.
Wait, I'm gonna screenshot this for reactions. I'm about to send it to you. Oh God.
Oh my god.
Okay, creepy.
Yeah, but them
creepy
shits are
kid
creepy
TikTok
as
stuff.
hell. And my cousins that listen to this show, we all y'all they will hit me up and be like, "Yeah, you're right," because all them shits were creepy.
I'm not laughing at your grandma.
No, I'm not saying that you laughing at her. You're
No, I'm
laughing
telling
at the
your
clowns.
cousins. Oh man. Okay.
It's even funny because they're live videos. So if you hold it and look at what happens,
Wait, let me see. The one I sent to you.
yeah.
Oh no!
Nope.
Wait,
So it's all like animation.
wait, you look. Why do you look? Oh no, it didn't save my screenshot. Why?
Uh-oh.
Why do you look so creepy in the background? It's your reflection in the glass of
Because creepy. It's all creepy.
you see all these clowns, and then you see this nigga in the glass. When you hold the live action.
And the crazy part is like right next to it is like the door because I told you my uncle sleeps outside voluntarily. So like
Oh my God.
it's just a lot going on.
Please stop.
It's a lot going on down at Maison de l'Eau, you know what I mean?
Oh God. Oh my God. Who Chateau
Yeah.
Delaux.
Yeah.
Okay.
So moving right along. We actually don't have much time left.
No, I want to hear some more of these questions because we cannot post an episode with me wheezing for 25 minutes.
Well, we're going to have to pause this because we have something to do in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we do.
So
Let's take a break. It will be right back.
Yeah, let's back.
It's a house right over. Oh my God, there's Miss Croom. She used to be my play mama.
Play mama?
Oh, well, we had our real mamas and then we had our play mamas. Miss Crooms was my play mama. Hi, play mama. Hey, play mama. Remember me?
Of course I remember you, little Jackie Washington.
I was Play Mama's favorite.
Don't come into my yard. You was the nastiest little child, had the dirtiest mouth in this neighborhood. Now get away from here before I call the police.
Now Play Mama. Come on now. I was 5 years old when I cussed at you that time. She gave me a nickel and I wanted a dime, so I told her what to stick a nickel. Come on now, Play Mama. We made up over that. Don't you get the hard candy I send you every Christmas?
I'd rather have some soft chocolates. Now you get away from here with your nasty self and take those white people with you. You know how white people smell after the rain, like wet potato chips. Now get out of here.
And we're black. We're talking about apparently my clowns.
Ooh, I had to gather myself is what I had to do. I had to gather myself because that was special.
So I have one final question.
Okay.
This might be a little bit too personal. I know we just did Dr. Upshaw's school thing.
I know
but
it was
I'm
like
asking
we don't
that.
get personal.
Right. However, this was one TikTok video that you should watch because I was like, ooh, bitch. So what is some family tea that you did not know growing up, but you found out later on in life?
Oh, okay. Let's see.
See, that's
I'm
the
like,
thing.
which one? Because, okay, which one do I want to share? Okay, yeah, this is because I think I might have said this. I think I told you. I might have said this to listeners. I don't know. But I just found this out during pandemic. So, I was fortunate and blessed enough to know my great grandparents. One set of them died relatively early when I was like 5 and 6. But my other set of great grandparents, I just lost my great grandmother this past December. And my great grandfather, her husband, we lost in 2001. Now, my great grandparents were there so much of my life that they were obviously like an additional set of grandparents. So that is my grandmother's parents, my father's mother's parents. So it's my 3 aunts, and then I have an uncle who is the same age as my father because my great grandmother and my grandmother were pregnant at the same time, but that's another story. So I find out last year, me and my cousin find out that my great grandfather had another son that lived just a couple of hours away.
Really?
And so we're like, what's up with this guy? Like, what's going? So we start asking different family members. We ask my grandmother, we ask his mother, who's one of the siblings. And they're all like, oh no, I've never heard that before. And the way that they answered it, he and I looked at each other and said, they've definitely heard this before. This was something that was going on, honey. This was something that went on back in the day, and somehow this little nigga disappeared. I mean, he's still alive, we found out, but somehow, some way, he was not in the equation. But we found out that my great-grandfather had another son, and he's still living, because I was doing my goodest to try to find him. And he might have married his cousin.
Oh my God.
I found that out too.
Well, it wouldn't be an XD story without some gay shit. So gather around, kids. Here's a tale. I'm gonna start this story out how it came to be, right? So when I was in 1993, my grandfather passed away. And however, before that, in 1991, 92, my grandfather retired. And and was like, he wants to be, little did we know, close to his things. And so he was originally from Kentucky. So my grandmother was like, nigga, I ain't not moving to nobody's Kentucky. You can suck my dick for all that. So they found a well-to-do community in Ohio. It's not that well-to-do now, but at the time it was.
Okay.
The reason why he picked that community was because his eldest sister lived over there. Okay. My aunt. Now, my aunt was a school teacher, and she was very, school teacher in the Midwest, South, it's a big deal,
Right. Yes.
And to show you how black it is, she taught at a school called Dunbar. And, every school that has Dunbar or Dudley in the name is black.
Oh, Dudley is always black.
Mm-hmm. So, she had a husband who was my uncle named Andy. Now, Andy was a little bit of a character. He was kind of like, what's on Family Guy? The one that's nasty who tries to bone everything? The one with the jaw, the dodecahedron face.
Whew. Okay, I can't deal with you this episode.
You know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Anywho, as I was a kid, essentially my grandfather died, and me and my mother moved from California to Ohio to be with my grandmother, so make sure she's all right. So my aunt and my uncle, they lived literally like how you and I used to live, like blocks away from one another. It was like that. So we would see them all the time, and so like my uncle would be like in the yard, like just being old and black and nigga in these red shorts. So I never paid any, just red shorts or whatever. And old niggas, when they get old, they tend to be flamboyant, but they're just old and whatever.
Right.
So fast forward years later, and my grandmother casually says this to me as like, whatever. So I promise these things are related. So when I was in the 5th grade, I had a gay DL teacher named Mr. Owens. And so the reason how she knew that was because my grandmother's always been a fag hag. So, whatever.
Oh my God.
So like her best friend was named Mr. Hartley back in church, and she was like, that's my friend. So anywho.
Okay.
So my teacher was married to a woman, and but he died of complications of HIV and AIDS, and my grandmother only knew that information.
Okay.
And so
And now all of us.
one day we were outside, and so Mr. Owens, who lived we had to pass his house every day to get to our house. So he was outside in a pair of red shorts. So my grandmother's driving home. She said, I see Jimmy's out there with them red shorts. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now, mind you, I'm like in the 8th grade at this point. It's been some years since I have seen Mr. Owens, and he's like declining, and his health is like, he looks really bad, right? And so then that's when she tells me, well, she was like, it was kind of a homophobic conversation, but she was like,
Usually is.
they be out there, be slipping and dipping and diving and other things. And she was like, that's the same thing Andy got. And then she stops, and I was like,
No. Keep going, Nana.
right. And so I look at her, and she looks at me, and she says, nods her head, turns her head right back on the wheel, and we go right back in the house, and she don't say a word for the rest of it. And my grandmother is very verbose. Even the other day, like my grandmother has dementia now, and she's like 90, and she was talking to me about what happened, and I was like, okay, you still here. So you know what I mean? But for her to be but for her to be dead silent for the whole rest of the day,
The rest of the day.
Mind you, this was at 2:30. You know, old people go to bed at like 8, and so she went to bed at like 6 that night. I'll never forget it. She didn't say another word.
Oh.
So, my uncle died, and there was a lot of his friends that showed up to the funeral.
I'm sorry. My child is behind this screen cutting up.
Oh, okay.
Go get ready for dance. Now. You have to leave. No, you have to leave in 10 minutes. Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But my uncle had a lot of his old spade partners at the funeral.
Oh. But you had no clue.
Mm-hmm. No, I had no clue. I didn't know. And then he passed away some time ago, and I found out later through my mother that there was a couple of his old spades partners, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
At the thing. And it used to be, and when I was a kid, they used to have like parties, right? And it was weird because I thought just old black people, they just, you know, when you marry for so long, you end up hating each other. So like my aunt would be in one room, you know, whatever, and then my uncle would be like entertaining and friends with another room. But they would never like have like like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
there was no energy.
Right. And I but it could be masked as like they've been together for 40 years, you know, like she's tired and over him and he's over her shit too. You know what I mean?
Now here's the question. Did she know?
Rumor has it is that she did know.
Rumor has it.
Because and it was one of those things because, you know, I'm married and I've already dedicated my life to this person that I'm not gonna.
Oh, in that way.
You know.
Oh, I meant when I said did she know it? I guess it was. I was thinking more so.
No, I mean, did she? Yes, that's my point. Like, I believe she knew, but keeping up appearances
But
because
she didn't. She ain't know from jump though.
I can't tell
You
you
can't say
that.
that.
I can. I feel that she knew because that's what kind of like the stories are or were.
Okay.
Like, because that was the rumor. Because then later on, when I asked my mother about it, my mother was like, "Yeah."
Interesting. That's the last
Yeah.
question. That's the last one.
For now, yeah. For now,
What a way.
yeah. For now, we have yeah. We could do more TikTok questions later.
Yeah, TikTok questions are interesting. I wonder who comes up with.
Or
these questions.
actually, I'll give you one more.
Okay.
I'll give you one more. What is the craziest job interview you've ever been on?
Oh.
And I use crazy in the TikTok term. I don't mean it in the offensive term as it's usually used as.
The weirdest job interview I've ever had. That's actually interesting because I've had a lot of jobs, but I'm trying to think about the interviews. Clearly, you know what? The craziest job interview I've ever had was with the very last job that I had. With the small black man, because
That goes to Nick's games a lot.
it wasn't an interview. It wasn't any like, so what are your abilities with this? What's your experience with this? It was more so like, so you used to work at blah, blah, blah. You know such and such. Oh, do you? That's my boy. Or I told you like in that interview, actually, I'll be very candid. In that interview, at one point, he was like, so you got kids? I said, yeah, I got one. You know, it's many things you're not supposed to ask in an interview. Like, so
Yeah.
you got kids? I was like, yeah, I got one. I got a daughter. What's her name? I said, Noah. Noah? What kind of name is that? I said, isn't your daughter's name Satchel? And he was like, all right, point made. So,
Yeah.
so yes, that is probably the most interesting job interview that I've ever had.
I've had plenty of job interviews, especially
sure.
especially in New York City. One in particular was when I got hired for the Who's Who of America books.
Oh.
Which is a scam. You know, kids today won't ever have to deal with that. Like a who's who, like people showing up to your door selling like random books with everybody in the world's name is in it. That's really, they don't deal with that anymore.
No, no, they don't have to do that.
But back then you did. And so I was, down on my luck. I needed a job. I need $1 is all I need. Hey. So I was on Craigslist. How about that? And so I saw a job listing. So I'm like, okay, fine. The interview was all the way in Astoria.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. And at the time I was living in Bed-Stuy. So I'm like, how do I figure this out? I'm like, how do I get to where I need to go? Is Queens. I don't really know Queens like that. So
Fair.
this is at the time where, remember, the W train stopped running for a little. I know it's back now, but at the time it stopped. It was right before it stopped. And I had to take the W from Canal from the J, and this woman went into labor on the train.
I'm sorry, what?
So, right. So I found out through she's like, I'm in labor. Her rationale was it was quicker for her to get to the hospital on the train than it was for her to take, a car, and she wasn't trying to take an ambulance.
That's valid.
It was some Latina lady. So the whole she's like explaining this to people around, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. But she's like, please do not tell the conductor because I'm trying to get to where I need to go. Because, people get so anxious when they see somebody sick, they pull the emergency brake and like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bitch, I just had to cough.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening, some well-meaning white comes up and ruins the day for every fucking body and tells the conductor, and now we all here mad and we all about to give birth to a fucking baby because we all have shit to do. Mind you, it's rush hour. It's the morning. I have an interview. People are trying to go to work.
Yeah, that's
fine. Right. So, ordeal aside, I finally get to the place. I'm an hour late, mind you. But they are super excited to see me. Now, I should have known, right? I should have known that, you know that old adage, if they hire you on the spot, that means you should quit right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that. I was 23. So I whatever. Right. I just finished grad school. Like, nigga, I am poor. So whatever. Right. And so I get there. They're super happy to see me. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's okay. I was like, it was raining too. I was like, gosh, I'm so sorry. It was late, blah, blah, blah. They're like, it's okay. So I fill out this little aptitude test on a computer. It was like, do you rob? Do you steal? That kind of thing, whatever. So it's it was only 10 to 15 questions. Because, even they have some sort of profile set up for you to answer a bazillion questions. It was 10 or 15. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, this lady comes out. It was just she asked me a couple questions, my name, what if I do previous job experience, but it was very brief. Mm-hmm. And she was like, okay, well, I like your energy, so you're hired. And I'm like, okay,
what's
cool.
the catch? So
she was like $10 an hour, and I'm like, okay, again, this is 12 years ago. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So all of a sudden, she goes, she just leaves me alone. She was like, well, here, you can start right now. So she gave me a list of numbers and for people to call. So then she never really tells me what I'm supposed to, what the job description is. Mm-hmm. So I'm supposed to call people and sell people these books that have their names in it. But it's weird because they've already printed these names. So it's wouldn't you want people's like permission to be in this book or whatever? So the whole thing, I'm like, this is a scam.
You definitely were one of the scam likelies.
Yeah, and so I packed up my desk, my little things, and I walked right out, and I never went back.
Oh, I did that. I worked for this temp firm for like a day called Robert Half. You know what? Actually, we're gonna save this because that last question sparked. Now we can talk about some of the like walk-off stories because I've got more than one.
Oh yeah, because when I quit listen, when I've walked to quit the job that I had before this last one, when I was there for like 10 years. Oh, I walked off and quit several times.
Let's save that. Let's save that for a quitting episode. Did we do that already?
I quit. I mean, who cares? It's about
cares?
quitting. We
You're
quit
right.
a lot.
I've quit often, actually.
Yeah.
I bet. Well, then we'll see you all for the quitting episode.
Yeah. So that's it for today's episode, guys. We love you for listening. Subscribe to all our other stuff. $7 Hollow on Patreon, YouTube, and I don't know. Maybe we'll make a TikTok. Who knows?
Who knows? Bye.
Bye.